everyone, welcome to Autogefühl. This is Thomas, and please subscribe Autogefühl if you haven't done so far, because we have got a lot of great reviews as today again. Today, you might say, an SUV cannot be a sports car and a diesel cannot be emotional. Well, the Porsche Cayenne S Diesel proves otherwise, and we'll show you why. First of all, speaking of the design, I must say I did not like the first Cayenne because it looked rather clumsy. The current one, I must say, I really like because it's kind of slimmer and has a more elegant line in the front as well as in the back, which is especially done by these two lines here, which are going in that direction now and making the back of the car slimmer. As for the interior, well, you have to step in really high because it's obviously an SUV. And we got a lot of side support here for these sports seats, and that's kinda, well, a bit strange when stepping in here because you got this high SUV, but still the sports seats, so it's not that comfortable to step in and out of the car because of the seats. But as soon as you're sitting in the seats, it gets really comfortable because they close you they're all around you, and it's offers a sporty feeling but a comfy feeling at the same time. So from the seating position and the comfort mode, it tells you I am an SUV. But the rest of the cockpit says I'm the sports car. And especially the steering wheel, you see there are no buttons on the steering wheel. They're all covered behind here, and in the center console, the steering wheel just tells you pure sportiness, and it feels really great. It's rather small for an SUV, of course, and you got the very high class shifting levers in here. So altogether the round structure here, and as well also the aluminium style here with the black contrast, I think it feels a bit like in a spaceship. And this is my favorite key in the whole automotive industry. Thank you, Porsche, for creating this key. And this one helps us to start the V8 engine now. It's a V8 diesel, 4.2 liters with over 380 horsepower. And that is also the reason why this V8 does not only sound like an unemotional diesel, but like a true V8 almost. Such an amazing acceleration for such a big SUV, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 6 seconds. That's really incredible. The car weighs about 2 tons, and still, well, you got the massive power on the one hand, but on the other hand, there's also the reason why this car is so fast, because you got the traction on the ground. The all-wheel drive is, of course, as typical for Porsche, dominated by the rear, and so you got rear traction plus in the front. As for driving the Porsche Cayenne S Diesel, I must say it's just incredible. I mean, it's really an SUV and you get this high comfy feeling, but if you're turning him around, giving him some throttle here, wow, unbelievable. And then in the corners, it feels like a sports car. It feels like a higher sports car. And in my opinion, no other manufacturer has mastered this kind of compromise between an SUV and a sports car in that way Porsche did. To even more distinguish between this comfy SUV ride and the sporty ride, you can choose the suspension modes from comfort to normal to sport, and you can also change the height niveau of the car. You can put the car lower for a sporty ride and even lower to load stuff in the car, for example, and to get in the car, maybe if you can if you carry your granny around or something like that. And then you can put the car higher as well for an off-road ride, and even higher for a very slow extreme off-road ride. So these are a lot of options which make the car more distinguishable between the SUV and the sports ride. Wow, I have no idea how Porsche has done that to create such an emotional diesel, but it really feels and sounds like a true petrol V8, and still we got a consumption about 11 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's pretty much okay for such a great and heavy car as the Porsche Cayenne still is. So the Porsche Cayenne S Diesel is really for people who want to have more acceleration, or for people who want to put something behind the car, like maybe you want to drive your horse around, or maybe you put a boat behind the car or something like that. Then you still got the great power. So I really had a lot of fun with this Porsche Cayenne S Diesel, and I hope you liked it. Give us thumbs up and subscribe us, and see you at the next time for the next review.